how's everybody doing? Alrighty then. So let me begin today with something that was announced during the weekend that in the Game Awards confirms DLC remasters can win Game of the Year days prior to nominations reveal. And I'm like, I think this makes zero sense, because if it's a remake that has been made from the ground up, that it's basically a new game, I kind of agree that if it deserves should be nominated or even win Game of the Year. But DLC should not win or be nominated for Game of the Year. Just do a new category and put DLCs of the year, because he even says this: expansion packs, new game seasons, DLCs, remakes and remasters. And it's like, new game seasons. So you are telling me that, for example, a new season for Fortnite can win Game of the Year? In what world does that make any sense? Just make a different category, put DLCs and new seasons, award, and that's it, problem solved. It makes zero sense for a DLC to take the place of a full game in Game of the Year category. It just, I don't know, it's so stupid. I don't agree with this whatsoever, but I guess it's already done. But we have the nominations here as well. This is in Push Square. Astrobot up for 7 awards. Man, I really want to try. I still haven't played Astrobot, but I really want to, because it seems like a very fun game to play. The 6 games nominated for Game of the Year: Astrobot, Bellatro, Black Myth: Wukong, Elden Ring: Shadow of Earth 3, Final Fantasy VII and Metaphor Refantasy. Okay, so we already know why they changed the rules and allowed DLC for Game of the Year. It's because of Elden Ring. Because in prior years, we had, even last year, we had the Cyberpunk expansion DLC, and we can't win Game of the Year because it's a DLC. And makes sense, but now for Elden Ring, they completely changed the rules so they can include Elden Ring. It's, oh my god, just stop it with this. Just create a new category for DLCs and that's it. It makes zero sense. But let's go through the nominations. Best Game Direction: Astrobot, Bellatro, Black Myth: Wukong, Elden Ring: Shadow of Earth 3, Final Fantasy VII and Metaphor. Best Narrative: Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon Infinite Well, Metaphor, Senua's Hellblade 2, Silent Hill 2. Okay, even now we are here. For example, Silent Hill 2, it's being very well received, people like it very much. Why is it not in Game of the Year instead of the DLC? Or even Warhammer is also a very good game that people really enjoy. Why is it not here? Why is it a DLC? Best Action Game: Black Myth: Wukong, Black Ops 6, Helldivers, Stellar Blade. Yeah, Stellar Blade. Even Stellar Blade could be in Game of the Year. But Warhammer 40k Space Marine. Best Action Adventure: Astrobot, Price of Persia, Silent Hill, Star Wars Outlaws. Man, Ubisoft really paid them good money, didn't they? Legend of Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom. Best RPG: Dragon's Dogma. Even Dragon's Dogma 2 could be for Game of the Year. Elden Ring: Shadow of the Earth 3, Final Fantasy VII, Like a Dragon Infinite Well and Metaphor. Okay, so you have Elden Ring in all of these categories. Why did you have to put it for Game of the Year as well? Man, I know From Software does very good games, but this amount of kissing ass, it's kind of embarrassing. Best Art Direction: Astrobot, Black Myth: Wukong, Elden Ring, Metaphor Refantasy, Neva. Best Score: Astrobot, Final Fantasy VII, Metaphor, Silent Hill 2, Stellar Blade. Yeah, Stellar Blade. It's not going to win, but it's good that it's here. At least it's nominated. Best Performance: Brianna White, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Anna Tell, Life is Strange, Amberly Gonzalez, Star Wars Outlaws, Luke Howard, Silent Hill 2, Melina, I don't even want to try to say that name, Senua Saga Hellblade 2. Best Indie Game, Animal Well, Bellatro, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, Neva, UFO 50. Best Debut Indie, Animal Well, Bellatro, Manor Lords, Pacific Drive, The Plucky Squire. Most anticipated, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, GTA 6, Metroid Prime 4 and Monster Hunter Wilds. Man, there are some good nominations here, but I still really dislike the idea of having DLC for Game of the Year. But talking about me not liking, we have some recent new game awards under heavy criticism for Elden Ring DLC's Game of the Year nomination. Man, I really hope they go back on this decision. But let's see what it says. In case you missed it, Elden Ring expansion Shadow of the Earth 3 has been officially nominated for Game of the Year at next month's Game Awards 2024. And guess what? The DLC's inclusion has sparked a substantial backlash across social media, Reddit and even the comment sections of sites just like Push Square. The Game Awards host and organizer Jeff Keighley is taking the criticism face on via X, where he's asking people for their thoughts on the nominees and what the biggest surprise is. The replies are exactly what you'd expect, with some of the more popular posts garnering just as much engagement as Jeff's own conversation starter. The overwhelming argument is that DLC simply shouldn't be up for an award like Game of the Year with an emphasis on game. Exactly. It makes zero sense for a DLC to be nominated Game of the Year. But it gets worse. Suspicions were raised over the weekend when an update to the Game Awards official website revealed that DLC can indeed be nominated for Game of the Year. The timing of this update immediately led to concerns regarding the whole process. They did that on purpose. They did that during the weekend so they could include the DLC for Elden Ring for Game of the Year nomination. It was only for the DLC of Elden Ring. It was nothing more. Lo and behold, just days after the update, Shadow of the Earth 3 is nominated for the ultimate prize, as if Jeff and the gang had anticipated the potential backlash. Now it should be noted that this particular Game of the Year award is decided by critics, and according to the Game Awards website, DLC has always been eligible for Game of the Year, if it garners enough support from said critics. This is so stupid, man. So it's assumed that Shadow of Earth is simply that well regarded by gaming publication, its quality apparently warrants a place alongside the likes of Astro Bot, Final Fantasy VII, To be fair, the expansion commands a truly impressive score of 94 on Metacritic, but many would argue that's not the point, ourselves included, for what it's worth. But what do you make of all of this? Do you take the Game Awards seriously to begin with? Should DLC ever be considered for Game of the Year? Feel free to rant in the comments below. No, of course not. It shouldn't, because it's not a game. It's a DLC. It makes zero sense. And this is the thing that kinda pisses me off. Because support by the critics. Like, the Game Awards were created by Jeff Keighley for gamers. And now it's like gamers don't even matter. It's even when they do the votes from the gamers only count for what, 5 or 10% of the final score, and it's so stupid. At least it should be 50-50, 50% of the votes from gamers and 50 from the critics, media critics, whatever. Because it makes no sense. Why have votes from fans, from gamers, if it's just for a small portion of the voting count? I never understood that. If this is a show that was created for gamers, why do gamers' voice matter so little? It's man, this is just. I haven't played Silent Hill 2, but people really like Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2 should be for Game of the Year. Even Space Marine 2 should be. Even to some degree Stellar Blade could be. All of those, even Dragon's Dogma, all of those 4 games deserve to be nominated for Game of the Year more than the DLC for Elden Ring. I just don't like the idea of DLCs. And it's the thing, it's not just DLCs, because he says in his post that even game seasons can be included, and man, screw you with game seasons. I don't want to see a game season being nominated for Game of the Year. That's stupid. But we can only hope they go back on this. Just create a new category. Like I said, just do a different category, problem solve. But let's see if they change course, but in a way I doubt it. But next to some different news, 32 characters confirmed for Marvel Rivals PS5 launch, 6 more to be revealed. This game kind of seems like fun. It's basically Overwatch with Marvel characters, but let's see what characters they are. So far, the following 26 superheroes have been confirmed for the Marvel Rivals release date: Adam Warlock, Black Panther, Captain America, Doctor Strange, Groot, Hela, Hulk, Iron Man, Jeff the Land Shark, I don't even know who this is, Loki, Luna Snow, I don't even know who this is, Magic, Magneto, Mantis, Moon Knight, Namor, Penny Parker, Psylocke, Punisher, Rocket Raccoon, whatever, Scarlet Witch, Spider-Man, Star-Lord, Storm, Thor, Venom, and Winter Soldier. It's not a bad roster to begin with. It's promised there won't be any pay-to-win elements in the game, and monetization will come from the usual sources: a battle pass and an in-game store packing bonus skins and cosmetic gear. Man, in a way I think this game will have a big launch because it's Marvel with Marvel characters, but in a way I don't think it's going to last very long. I might be wrong, and if I'm wrong, good, because I want good games and good games to last, but in a way I don't feel like this game will do very, very well in the long term, but I guess we will see. Next we have Assassin's Creed Syndicate finally gets 60 FPS patch on PS5 and PS5 Pro. London Calling. And it's a good day to be a fan of Assassin's Creed Syndicate. The London-based excursion, which released all the way back in 2015 for the PS4, is finally getting a PS5 update. Out now and waiting in around 750 megabytes, the patch doubles the title's frame rate when played on PS5 and PS5 Pro via backwards compatibility. That's a jump from 30 to 60. Yeah, just to be clear, we are okay. I think it's good they go if they continue to go back and add 60 FPS to some older games. I think that's a good idea. And Assassin's Creed Syndicate, it's one of my favorite Assassin's Creed. I just love the setting and the gameplay, that the grappling hook on the game, it's very fun to use. We have the how do I say, the carriage, I don't know how to pronounce, I'm not even going to try, but the game has some very cool moments and some very cool gameplay as well, and it's one of my favorite, having the two. This is the first game that had the two characters, isn't it? Because Unity didn't have it, Black Flag also didn't have it, the Ezio trilogy didn't have it, so this was the first game to have the two main characters. And the train, when you unlock the train and the train goes through the city and then you upgrade the train, man, it's such a fun game. I even beat it, I even played it recently, and I enjoy very much playing this game. And next, let's end in a kind of a good note. This is from Eurogamer. Half-Life 2 marks 20th anniversary by breaking its own concurrent record on Steam, The Good Life. And yeah, they gave the game for free with the DLCs, with episode 1 and 2. And let's see, 20 years after its 2004 debut, Half-Life 2 has broken its own concurrent players record on Steam. According to SteamDB, the seminal shooter has secured just over 61,000 player peak over the weekend, the highest number of simultaneous players the game has achieved since records began in 2008. In fact, the number I've just reckoned is probably already out of date. The numbers is still rising and has been all day, having increased several times in the time I've been writing this. Man, I think Half-Life 2 is one of my favorite games. I beat this game so many times. I love this game so much, and I'm happy to see that it's still many people want to play it. And I guess we all have one question: is where is episode 3 or Half-Life 3? But I guess they will not. Well, since I'm here, let's see on SteamDB how Half-Life 2. Oh, it's right here. Let's see if it broke 64,000 that it reached them. Very good numbers, man. This is such a good game and it deserves all of this. And I guess the gamers in a way deserve the Half-Life 3 or episode 3, which one they decide to make. But in a way, I doubt we will ever get that, but gamers can only dream, right? And well guys, that was the news for today. Let me know down below what you think of the DLC for Game of the Year and the nominations for and the nominees for the Game Awards. Let me know if you agree that the DLC should be nominated or not. And thank you, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.